ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the VLR Community Cup 2025. It's the first round of playoffs, and the server's about to catch fire. I'm Void, joined by the one and only Diggsy, and we've got an absolute banger lined up today. TXG versus Redline, and TXG being the seasoned players just came off a pretty deep run in the Spectral Gaming Cup Grand Finals, and they've been around the block. They've fought, the giants, and they're hungry to prove that they're still, dominating the scene. But standing in their way is the wild card, the underdog story that everyone loves. Redline, a team of duelist mains who really turned into role swapped monsters, thrown together just 2 months ago, as I believe, and playing their first ever tourney as a squad and still managing to push into playoffs. So no prep and no experience, but all absolute heart. And they're scrappy, they're fearless, and man, with a story like Bomb Dolphins fragging out while still on painkillers from snapping his Achilles heel, you cannot script this stuff. And these guys are absolute warriors. And we've got TXG, calculated, clinical, and tournament hardened. And we've also got Redline, unpredictable, unfiltered, and unbreakable. So buckle up. And if you thought the group stage was hard, the playoffs are about to explode. So Diggsy, TXG's been in a couple of tourneys, but Redline's like, hungry and scrappy. So who do you think has more to prove right now?
It all depends, right? Because as I mentioned before, TXG has already been like in the grind and had the experience in regards to it. And I've already seen their stats before. I've seen their records before, possibly in the open qualifiers by the least. Not too sure about the relegations just yet, but I did remember seeing TXG's name up there. Red Lions is an interesting team for me in particular, right? It's kind of tricky in regards to getting used to your roles, and with just 2 months of just doing that, it's gonna be interesting to see if they're gonna be in their pocket today now that it is currently the playoffs. And it's not that easy in terms of like like role swapping for the people there at home, right? It takes a lot of brain power to just switch, and
Mm,
sometimes people who are still playing who are currently playing controller agents are kind of just still playing it like duelist agents most of the time. So it is going to come down to the team comps, right? It's going to be coming down to how how you what kind of play style will be fitting into wards of those roles. You don't have to run
yeah.
a good team comp that sorts itself out in terms of like the meta or the traditional team comp that is
Mm,
going on for the map. You can actually play it like just as aggressively as you want, as a duelist if you want, with that particular mindset. That could
yeah.
go in towards the favor of RL. In regards to TXG, just roll with what you got, roll with your experience, and roll with your strats that you currently like pulled up,
Yeah, I
and that
mean,
might go in towards your favor.
yeah, speaking of, we are getting into, agent select. And if, do you think, picking Lotus, do you reckon that's a bold choice, maybe a little bit of a mistake? Or, do you think that TXG and, Redline's gonna be able to pull this off?
It's an interesting one, right? Because Lotus has been the tried and true OCE map per se, right? We've been exposed to Lotus as even as close as GC
Mm,
towards a lot of the maps and tournaments
mhm,
that been going through this year in particular, even during the Teo and Breach meta, right? Lotus
yeah,
is going to be a good basis on where you currently are. To me, it's like it's either the first map or the decider map for me, because this will dictate the
yeah.
pace on how
Sure.
you would want your series to go. You win it, you have like leeway because with all of OCE being exposed to Lotus, and with the amount of VODs that you can like pick and choose from,
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting how you want to play it, right? So good first map, good decider map nonetheless. This map will pretty much dictate how the rest of the series is gonna go as per like usual
Mhm.
BO3s. And we are going in towards our pistol round right now.
Yeah, let's.
RL opting in towards a very interesting double duelist comp as it would fit towards their background, as you would say, all duelist players. An interesting one in TXG as well with in regards to their team comp.
Yeah, I mean, we've always seen crawlers on, the controller, the usual Omen. I'm surprised to see, Tolkien on Vise instead of his usual, Cypher pick here. We're definitely having a bit of a rubble fight, as usual, as we always see here on Lotus. The really bullets coming out and a toxic screen as well. But looks like there's definitely, a fight going on at C as well. Tolkien is here, left alone, trying to fend by the side, and he just can't, get that kill on Aatrox. Aatrox gets 2 here, taking down Tolkien and Crawlers. So this is going to be really, really rough for Redline to sort of try and get a retake if they've let the entirety of C go. And I mean, we have Vanilla also just like scaling up from behind. And I definitely don't think they realize that he's right there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, look at this amazing timing that we've seen right here. Oh, look at
it's
that
an
trigger.
interesting route that they've done so far. They picked C,
Yeah.
and everyone is gonna have a bloodbath into towards
Aatrox
one.
takes out Bomb Dolphin, Tay takes out Aatrox and Multi though. Vanilla being able to use that flank, taking out Soramizu and Tay, and getting TXG their first round on pistol.
TXG all the way towards C had a good pistol protocols there from Vanilla's lurks, from being able to take site forcefully. It's kind of impressive for a pistol round nonetheless, right? Like, you start to just bait out rubble, get the defenders in towards a site, and then you just pull back and just start boosting it towards mounds.
Yeah, look at this, another rubble fight, the haunts, the relays, the C's. I mean, look at that paint shot is taking out Vanilla, but not before he takes out Bomb Dolphin with him. So that's definitely going to be a little bit of backup coming from TXG. Crawlers takes out Glitch Goal though on the way out. Silent is getting a little bit of damage check here onto Tolkien. Not quite being able to get any picks though.
Gonna be an interesting one now. It's currently a 4v3. They've opted to decide towards the C side here, and here comes the post plant. Being bunched up though towards B side, acting as a group, would probably go towards RL here, but might be some tricky one.
Yeah, look at Silent takes out Crawlers but gets traded out by Tay. Look at this 3-man flanky coming from Redline. Just missing that Guardian shot. The Paranoia does come out though. That hits Tay, taking him down. And Soramizu as well. Aatrox doesn't see the 3rd man behind him. He gets taken down to 1v1, left on a 29 HP. Yeah, isn't gonna be quite easy, and Multi just takes him out. I mean, it's TXG who drew, the first blood on Lotus, and, that's a pistol round, locked and loaded, it's clean, and that post-plant setup was absolutely textbook. And even with the, Redline's chaotic energy, TXG stayed pretty calm under the pressure, tap, swing, clear, and that's pretty much the discipline of a seasoned squad.
Yeah, pretty much very interesting, right? As you would and towards an eco round, but it's despite that being an eco round, it was actually very messy in regards to picking their fights.
Yeah,
but
look at this, another rubble fight. The Haunt does get Bomb Dolphin though, not quite being able to take him down. Yeah, looks like TXG is definitely gonna reconsider hitting C, because A is looking a little bit too rough for them to sort of pry an entry open. Look at that, we have 4 people. And we miss a Razor Vine. Here we go, the Paranoia comes out, the Razor Vine as well. Tolkien is just left here. Crawlers takes out Silent though, and Aatrox and Multi is already onto side. Glitch takes down Crawlers with the Guardian head tap. Multi is able to take out Tolkien as well, but Bomb Dolphin takes his own blood, taking it from Vanilla himself. We have 3-man stack. It looks like coming from, Waterfall trying to attempt a retake, and that dark cover is going to absolutely do not any information. Although the Haunt isn't online yet, so there's not quite much information here left for Redline. Yeah, look at this. Look, Glitch. Yeah, Aatrox takes out Tay. Soramizu taking out Multi.
Oh, this is gonna be huge for Glitch.
Glitch.
Gonna be huge one for Glitch though, but it's going to be a tricky one, and that's the one. A good headshot there.
Absolutely, that was insane, and that bonus looked, dangerous already. Like when a team like TXG builds early momentum, it's gonna be very hard to knock them down.
Yeah, you're starting to, it's not what I mentioned before, right? You asked me in terms of how these team comps would favor a team like RL, and you're starting it to see like how it goes, right? From pistol to eco to now the good old gun round. It's starting to weigh on it's starting to look like it's starting to weigh on a lot of the role swaps
Absolutely.
that happened, but we're looking for another skirmish
Oh, here
towards
we go,
Temple.
Rollins! Just gets met with a firing squad here on B. I mean, we're right in the thick of it here. Load is 0 and 3, and you can really see TXG moving with absolute precision here. The Prowlers aren't gonna quite be able to get anyone here. I mean, yeah, TXG! Airshocks taken down 2! 4! His ace gets stolen by Vanilla, though, absolutely. I mean, TXG is just showing that veteran composure, using those smokes and flashes to cut up any, sight lines and forcing Redline to tough positions.
It's an interesting one to bait bait out RL into towards B, right? They've already had all angles covered, and they're just pretty much like making RL just like follow around the map like dogs on a leash almost, and it's always
Oh
been
my
like
lord,
4 rounds
absolutely.
straight already. So we're going in towards this
Yeah.
fifth round now, but we'll see if they see anything
Yeah.
different. RL gotta step up
It
here.
will, hey! Takes down Vanilla, though, so it's looking like a good sign. Both teams have, full buys, so this is the biggest chance here. Critical gets getting a little nibble out of there from that Prowler. Tolkien gets taken down by Multi with that amazing slide. Crawlers is left stuck in waterfall. Not quite much help just yet. Reinforcements are coming. The plant is going to go pretty cleanly down. Aatrox is going to protect Silent and any. Aatrox is down too. Tay goes down as well. Soramizu is taken down last. I mean, that was brutal. TXG reading, Redline setups and isolating players almost perfectly and trading like, a well-oiled machine. You can really see that experience shine through.
Indeed, Aatrox 14-3 and 1, being a literal monster in this map thus far. 5 round win streak going to the side of TXG. Might having to opt into the same protocols, but it's defensive side starting to switch up towards their positioning. Now Token going towards A side, but double
Yeah.
duelist opting it for C,
Oh,
but
here we go. You got, Multi running all the way into rubble. Not quite, anyone contesting very much here. And we have the blinds that are coming out. It's all up to Tolkien to, delay this plant for the rest of his team to come. Tolkien doesn't quite get anyone. Sorry, Muzi takes out Glitch though and gets traded out. Silent Bit is able to get 2. What is absolutely going on? Vanilla is absolutely saved by Crawlers there with that Sheriff. Tay, I'm pretty sure did see Multi there. Going into drop. Tay takes out Multi.
oh,
Not able to take out Silent. What is absolutely going on? I mean, it's a 2v2. I mean, one player on each team is on pretty low HP, so this could really go either way. This dark cover is going to fade out, though. So no more cover for, Redline.
again, it's 41 seconds remaining on the clock. Bomb has still not been planted, and this
Oh,
might be
here
the
we
go
go.
button that they want to do it for.
Redline. Dolphin gets taken down. The plant is going to be easily, executed here. College is going to have to find a way. Nightfall comes out from Silent to, to secure this W for them. Silent gets taken down, though. It's a 1v1 Omen versus Omen. I mean, Crawlers has all this utility still left to use.
Cover going out.
Yeah, that dark cover's gonna come out, but Aatrox uses that, that sound cue to peek in that split second before that dark cover really, falls down and takes him out.
Just as you think it's gonna get messy for TXG, they reel it right back, and it came down to a 1v1 with Aatrox as well, who's once again 16-3 and 1. Literally, it's sounding unstoppable. Even if TXG lost that round either way, they still have a lot of credits to work with, a lot of guns in their army that can still provide. But again, RL, they really started to get their bearings here in regards to, gotta start get their bearings back. That A switch was actually that actually worked for the team, but unfortunately, it just the I think it's just TXG's just wherewithal in terms of how to adjust and the game sense that they currently have and
Yeah, for
what to
sure.
choose and what to not execute, right? We've seen Nightfall pull through. Silent PH actually grabbing two was really huge there and activating Nightfall in the end. What a huge ult to start off with, especially on a 2v2. Didn't go to Silent PH's favor though in terms of swinging and re-swinging. Um, Probably because
Yeah,
that's what happens when you try to just jump and shoot your
absolutely.
shot there, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is an absolute crucial moment for Redline, and they really need to just reset mentally, regroup, and figure out how to break through TXG's relentless aggression. You know, they've been pushed into a corner, barely adapting on the fly now.
It's
So
gonna
let's
be
see
interesting
what
now.
they cook up.
It's um
Yeah, look
gonna
at
be
this.
up towards a mound now.
Yeah, TXG is definitely going for a little bit of a B push here. Oh, the utility dump onto Sai. I mean, Tolkien's abilities are gonna be used up fairly quickly and to no
Oh,
avail
that's the
here.
door.
Look at that pivot immediately to C, but Bomb Dolphin's right there to say hello, taking out Multi.
Oh, huge one, taking down the neon of the
Absolutely.
attacker's side.
Yeah, Bomb Dolphin
But
does take a little bit of chip damage here. Aatrox is walking right into the enemy territory. Tolkien takes him out. The flash is gonna go off. Oh, the Steel Garden comes out. Hey! Takes out Glitch and
oh,
Silence. What is going on? It's all left up to Vanilla.
oh,
Oh,
just I
Misa
just
takes him out. Gives, Redline their first taste of blood here.
that was a huge one for Red Lions.
Absolutely.
Just as soon as you think the vanilla was starting to just get their bearings, so they had to step up and probably had to be really boosted up and towards that lurk. Unfortunately, they were not able to get the blood that they currently needed to get in the numbers for TXG, but it looks like the timeout that was pulled up by RL was really worth it, and it looks like it's gonna be another one because they currently have 4 ultimates now available for the side of RL. Viper Spit though available for the attacker side, but it's gonna be a tricky and towards going
Yeah.
towards the attack now. But
Look at
the
this.
bubble sticks has currently just been taken, and here
Yeah, look
comes
at
the
this
door.
control coming from TXG. Bullets. He's able to take two before getting taken out though. Vanilla being and Glitch being able to take one. Viper's Pit comes out immediately on the side. Multi takes out Tolkien. I mean, what is going on? TXG just came back, not even a dent in their determination.
It's currently very concise, right? You just push up, and it's just being very decided in towards how you currently swing this. Yes, it was very scrappy and towards that towards tree, but ever since that door just came out, it's just like swings after swings after swings, and with two duelists currently playing defensive and not a lot of information to work with, especially with that Viper smoke taking
Someone
out
check his
Vanilla.
PC. What was that? Yeah, we might
Again,
need a little PC check there. I mean, Bomb
oh,
Dolphin amazing.
it's gonna be a tricky one.
Okay.
Multi.
Hey, Multi.
Last player
Oh, Bomb
standing.
Dolphin. What is going on? We've had Multi and Tay both been, be able to concuss the enemy, but not quite being able to take them out. I mean, what in that shot was that from Bomb Dolphin? And that
I-
purpose split.
Again, like shots for shots, right? It's a very very massive brawl. The very difference maker there as well was Silent PH's positioning in terms of finding an off angle where they currently are. A lot of people were just both of the duelists were just eyeing out tree, and with Silent PH's like repositioning there, they actually managed to get that one. Even though that they currently just didn't have enough time to defuse the spike, but here's another skirmish and rubble.
Yeah, look at this. Wait, Multi with the operator here. Pushing up so, pretty deep into, A side. So this is quite an interesting, position for a close fight operator. We do have 4 ultimates online for Redline. So this retake and flood is going to be quite easy. The plant is going to go straight down pretty cleanly. And we have the entire team of Redline up onto heaven.
Again,
So, yeah, here we go. Look, the Nightfall. Nightfall coming out immediately, marking quite a few people. Paranoia as well. Multi! Walk open! With that!
One enemy
The
remaining.
showstopper! Aatrox! With the 3K! Soromizu being able to take him out though. It's a 1v2. It's all left up to Soromizu. investing 2 ults isn't cheap. Yeah, I mean, sorry, it's left on 1 HP. Gets taken out.
Again, it's really powerful stuff there for TXG. RL actually almost had a good advantage in towards how they're going to be retaking the site, but nothing seems to be going in towards in terms of closing the round after round. Aatrox once again 19, 6 and 2. Silent PH in that positive as well. Again, it's a lot of protocols going in through towards TXG side, but it's an interesting buy again in regards to grabbing another op, rocking a 200 credit. Will be multi, but it looks like their sights is currently set towards inbound.
What is going on? Tay with that overdrive taking out Glitch bumped open, being able to take out Silent though. Both of TXG's crucial players are down. Vanilla just peeks into 5 people, gets one but gets traded back out immediately. Multi still has his operator clutched in his hands. Oh, they're gonna be able to strip it out. I mean, Multi, trips that sheer wall, so Aatrox is gonna be a little bit behind. He actually Shrouded stats a little bit above it. Takes, the spike from the shadows. He gets a pretty clean plan without any, fight back.
They might need to play in terms of utility here for the side of RL. This is only their round to lose. Should they not sequence their abilities right?
Look at this. A 4-man flank.
It's gonna be a very interesting one. As
the satchels come out. Multi gets out taken out 1, but gets taken out 2.
No, as I said before, it's only RL's round to lose should the sequencing not go through. The activated door just revealing where everyone is currently posted up for RL. But again, Aatrox just has the wherewithal to actually just find their shots. And that was a very massive blunder there for RL. But a very impressive one for Aatrox and a very impressive one for Multi as well. It's just from a 2v4 to a round win, making it a 9-1.
What a moment! We're having another rumble fight. Crawlers is gonna get taken out by Glitch. It looks like Multi still has his clutches on an operator. The Nightfall does come out here from Silent, marking 1. And it looks like Redline is definitely gonna take a back seat and taking a fight on this A side. So again, with another pretty clean plan.
Huge Nightfall there after the first blood.
Takes out Vanilla. Hogan is left on pretty low HP. Bombed open takes out Silent as well. Bombed open, you have HP. Take it out. What is going on? Multi able to take out Tay as well. They 2v2. Hogan takes out Glitch. What? With this overdrive? This could be a kill. Sentry, no, isn't able to clutch the round like Aatrox is able to, and that overdrive was put to waste. And again, we've lost the op as well.
Oh, it's gonna be a huge one now for TXG. They still have a lot of credits to work with in regards to carrying another a set of buys towards this last round, but again, come the switch, it's going to be tricky for RL. They have a lot of round to cover, but a very impressive retake for the side of RL. And it's all started from that Nightfall play. Currently just taking Sora Mizu in the beginning, but it didn't go towards TXG's favor as the round ends into a close.
Yeah, look at that B stack straight away.
Oh, Tay might be ready for this.
Hey! Hey! So ready! Takes out 3! Before getting traded out by Multi! What is up with these absolute collats? Tolkien, he's gonna be blinded and stuck on the side. Multi and Aatrox taking out 2 of the team. It looks like, Tay's 3K might be put to waste. The From the Shadows does come out from Aatrox, and Crawl is right here though.
Enemy remaining.
Takes him out. That was way too close for comfort. Multi, it's all up to him. I mean, let's see Multi. He can do it.
I'm out of here. I got Spike.
Multi.
Will it be
Crawlers takes out Multi. It's a 3-9 course again. I swear every game of Cast it has always been 3-9.
Yeah, it's again, RL gonna have to pray that the curse works here towards their side, because it is now currently their turn to on the attack side. And again, Tay has been very sharp towards these rounds. So does Bondo. Again, going through the pain with the physical injury that they currently have, but you're gonna need your arms and your brain in for this one. But again, RL have a
Absolutely.
lot of room to cover.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
gonna be interesting.
there's still plenty of time, but the clock is really ticking. So can Redline find the rhythm before TXG closes this
Their
out? It's
fears betrayed
only
them.
4 rounds away.
It's gonna be a
That's the
Mount
million-dollar question.
bloodbath popping in through a
Yeah, here
lot
we
of
go.
these rounds. Popping in there as well. Shots now
Yeah,
have been currently
Bondolphin, we
fired.
gotta take, a pretty good hefty chunk out of, TXG though.
Yeah, it's huge for that one, right? And that currently just opts into just
Ooh,
formally rotating it towards A side here. Glitch is gonna
look
have
at this
to
map.
be aware here.
Yeah, this map honestly looks like both teams are on attack. So, Glitch! Oh, Glitch is so. Glitch takes one! And on speed?
What?
Oh my god! Token takes out Glitch, Vanilla takes out Crawlers,
Player
take out
standing.
another! Take out 3! So
What?
here's a shot down! Oh, what is going on?
Glitch! How are they alive after that just very stacked tree run by RL? But still, it's a bloodbath still. It's just a pound for pound, round for round,
Yeah.
body for body. You don't know how it's going to swing towards their side, but Glitch taking that first blood in towards TXG's side was able to switch towards the rest of the defender side, just boosting it through towards A side as soon as noise was just cut out towards C. A really
Yeah.
huge protocol run there by TXG, but we'll
Oh,
have to see if this is gonna be the same defensive round for TXG once again. It's all stacked towards B.
The relay ball does come out though. So does the snake bite Haze. Trying to look for this kill. He's desperate. Doesn't quite get it. Multi! Music Calls goes down Aatrox. Takes out Tay. Glitch goes down. TXG answers back so strong, pushing that lead to 11-3. And they're really showing why they're one of the most consistent teams in this scene.
2 rounds remaining for match point. Taking the series could possibly going into a 1-0 here. Should RL just take whatever TXG's got, but it's gonna be going down to how they play this gun round for themselves. 5 Vandals, a little bit of shields, being trickled down
Yeah,
towards
not looking-
Sora and Tay.
it's not
But-
looking too good. I mean, with Multi takes out Bomb Dolphin. On those shields just go straight to a waste, and Aatrox with that Spectre is very easily chipping away. I mean, with enough heart and maybe some really clutch plays right now, Redline can still maybe turn this around. Crawlers gets taken down, but so does Glitch and Soramizu.
Oh.
Vanilla goes down too, so it's a 2v3 on TXG's side. I mean, definitely don't count Redline out here. They do have the gun advantage,
Uh-oh.
and the fight definitely isn't over. Silent
See?
is gonna be right here waiting for them though, just ready to
Uh-oh.
hug them in his arms.
One enemy remaining.
And there we go.
Oh!
It's looking. Token is taken out.
C.
Tay is left with 46 HP. The relay ball's gonna come out.
Oh,
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. What? Tay. Okay, there you go. Multi takes down Tay just like I'm sure he was meant to do with that first shot. Maybe just a little bit of a warning shot there.
it was already starting to
Whoa.
get very impressive
Whoa.
towards RL. TXG showing some love there, trying to contest on who's gonna defend the spike. It's gonna be going down to Multi,
Yeah.
just 3 away from their overdrive, just remaining. Again, Aatrox 24, 8 and 8. This Omen is unstoppable.
Absolutely
Both
insane.
teams going for 14, 9 and 5 as well. Vanilla not doing too bad themselves. With this huge amount of lurks and huge amount of just rotating protocols by TXG, RL's are really feeling the burn right now. And again, this is the first defuse for the side of TXG, but RL's gonna have to like pick up their sleeves here, and it's currently match point.
Yeah, Redline really needs a miracle here if they really want to keep these series going. One round at a time, though. They definitely can't afford to give up yet. Vanilla takes down Bomb Dolphin and Soramizu, though. This is not looking good for a comeback. Tay is gonna peek straight into the enemy team. Alone gets taken out by Glitch. Driver's pit.
Enemy remaining.
Oh my goodness, Vanilla takes out Crawlers, and it's all left to Tolkien. Tolkien takes out one, though. He's definitely not going down without 5. Left to 2 HP. What is going on? Okay, this is just absolutely bullying. This is not team etiquette. Don't get taken down by Glitch with a dive. Absolutely
TXG.
insane.
TXG being a very, very dominant
Well,
Lotus map for their first playoff series for the VCC, and ending up with a very spicy knife kill there. It was a
Very much so.
it was very cluster gunfighty, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's what you want with like a very good team in terms of how they want to play stuff and how they want to just choose their fights. Again, very strong showing here for TXG. My MVP in particular would just be straight up Aatrox, right? Like 392 ACS, 24 kills, 8 deaths, and 8 assists. Econ rating with like 170 popping in there. Again, it's yes, it was currently just down to their first blood scenarios. Like in terms of you just pick one and then you just start to reset in terms of just
Definitely.
rotating, defending, and how you want to go for it, right? RL though just really struggled in that defensive half with TXG just boosting everything in towards just taking space. I think they just respected TXG too much in regards to how they want to just like fight, right? In terms of like
Yeah,
controlling
that's for
sites
sure.
and controlling space. And it almost felt like free real estate for TXG towards
Yeah.
that attack half. But again, you got to give it up to TXG, right? Yes, there were some rounds that they've lost in terms of just how they want to just sequence their swings. But again, like you have duelists like Tay, who is just very powerful in towards this Neon. So RL has a really good hope here should they play more towards taking a good amount of space and how they want to take their
Absolutely.
fights. But again, very massive showing here for TXG. RL have a lot of momentum
Oh,
to recover
for
from,
sure.
especially with a score like 13-3.
Yeah, I mean, and that's it, right? TXG closes out the first map with a pretty commanding win, 13-3 over Redline here on Lotus, and what a dominant performance coming from, the season squad, and Redline definitely showed heart and flashes of brilliance, especially considering they're still learning, the ropes of the team, but tonight, I mean, TXG is definitely on another level, so, I mean, that's Players Valorant for you, right? I mean, I cannot wait to see what is next. I mean, stay tuned for Corrode, but after a short 5-minute break, we'll get right back to you.
Welcome back to the VCC playoffs. Again, it's a very interesting end towards map one. I'm DigZK, and currently with me is the very energetic one, Void. What are your thoughts in currently map one? We ended in a 13-3 TXG, just taking the ball and running with it.
I mean, Corrode is a great battleground for teams to really show off their tactical depth and aim duels. I mean, both TXG and Redline will really need to bring their A game if they want to take this one. I mean, TXG looks. I would hope they keep their momentum rolling, but Redline will definitely still be fired up after that tough first map, and this is where they can catch TXG off guard with some surprising plays.
Again, Redline this time is going to be starting defense, which is going to be interesting, right? They have Corrode, which is a very it's a very corner heavy map, right? You have a lot of avenues to play off with, albeit the rotates are going to be very hard because the attacker side rotates is slightly faster in regards to playing around this map. But TXG, it's going to be interesting on how they play attack on towards this map, because if we've seen if we've seen how they played their Lotus before, they have like very solid protocols and they can take whatever they can. You give them an inch, they run with it with a mile, as we saw in Lotus. If this is the same TXG that we saw in Lotus here on Corrode, RL is in a very big trouble here because they were really struggling into picking whatever they currently have.
Yeah, here we go. Agent Select underway for Corrode, and this is where the teams lock in their strategies and roles for what's sure to be a high intensity map. I mean, I predict that TXG is probably gonna likely stick to their comfort picks to keep their synergy really flowing, while Redline might mix it up a little bit to throw TXG off their rhythm. But we could see some surprises here. We haven't really seen Corrode played, in VLR Community Cup, and we have Glitch on the deadlock. These are some pretty interesting picks. What do you think?
Again, like Glitch being a very solid anchor in towards whatever side they currently take, right? We've seen how they picked we've seen how they played defensively and towards that A side, even starting to get one is despite being overwhelmed, right? You play fight for fight. They know how to pick their fights in towards whatever side that they choose to defend, as a solid anchor should, giving a lot of time for TXG to just have a good rotate, at least with the defensive sides that we currently saw. Again, it's going to be down to RL and how they played their defensive side here. Again, TXG once again on that attacker side. It's interesting. The interesting one for me would be with Token, right, and how they played, how they would be anchoring, particularly most likely B site is what the anchor is going to be. A very flexible one in regards to how you would trip A as well, but most comfortable would be B side for me in terms like how you play with your cage trips, in terms of your heaven cages, your one ways. It's gonna be interesting on how RL tried to put his here, but if there's anything to go for, by the least, TXG really showing why they have the experience in being a team here. RL, my eyes are on them and how they gotta step this up.
Yeah, here we go. Pistol round on Corrode. I mean, TXG, I believe, on the attack, and Redline defending, and the energy is definitely so electric. This round could really set the pace for the entire map, like we saw before on Lotus. I mean, TXG loves to come up swinging in pistol rounds, using that coordinated utility to clear angles pretty fast, and Redline will have to hold really tight and hope for some early entries. I mean, let's see if Redline can really hold their ground, or if TXG's aggression will overwhelm them pretty early, and this is the kind of round that can really explode quickly.
There.
Again, a lot of pings now going to be going through. Mid, this is currently the site that holds a lot of these sites, but again, Silent PH now going to be going it through dark cover, popping in there as well. Sora taking down Vanilla, 1-for-1. Aatrox taking down Callers as well. Taking down a 4v4, making a 3v4. Tay taking down Silent PH now. Aatrox taking down Tay towards that trade, and it's down with 1 minute 17 seconds remaining on the clock. And Token takes down Aatrox. It's a 2v2. A lot of HPs now down towards the side of RL. Bombo. Bomb Dolphin is gonna be just rocking an 8 HP retake. Should they choose to pop in there? But it's gonna be down to
Oh, Bomb
Glitch
Dolphin!
taking down Bomb Dolphin
Oh, no.
as well. Again,
Yeah,
Add a tally to
no,
the
go for it,
board.
keep going.
again, a lot of very convincing sights in there towards this pistol. It was very scrappy towards that mid side, but again,
Spike here.
boy, this is very impressive showing again once again by TXG.
Absolutely. I mean, TXG takes that first round on Corrode with some pretty heavy mid-fight aggression. They pushed through that, those choke points and traded pretty cleanly, just overwhelming Redline's defense. And that was basically textbook coordination. Those flashes and smokes perfectly timed. Sounded pretty strong.
We'll have to see if this repeats again. Again, TXG popping in through multi, getting a lot of baits there in terms of how they want to put their shots. Bomb Dolphin will be the first casualty though. Sheriff shot coming in through. Silent PH taking down Sora Mizu. It's gonna be a 5v3. 1 minute 20 remaining on the clock. Tay is gonna be locked down towards that wall. Again, a site is currently theirs for the TKP TXG. Gonna be going in a plan in a full plan scenario, taking it a 4v3 now. Multi Aatrox, Glitchgo, and Vanilla have their angles picked for this post plan. It's now gonna be down to Tolkien, K, and Crawlers on how they want to pull this through. Here's Util popping in through Sonar's gonna be going in through Callers, taking down Vanilla now, just to start it off, making it a 3v3, 2v3 now, and making that so. TXG popping in left, right, and center of their angles, and again, taking a round for themselves. What an eco.
Absolutely, TXG strikes again, this time with a pretty clean A-side take, and pushing the score now to 2-0. Their execution is so sharp and coordinated, and leaving Redline scrambling to respond. I mean, that A hit was pretty clinical, perfect utility usage to clear angles, and the duels took on every crucial frag. I mean, Redline's defense just couldn't hold up under the pressure.
Things starting to falter again, once again, for Redlines. Gonna have to see if it goes in through. Multi taking down Sora Mizu now. That is the first blood, crucial for the side of TXG. We'll see how the defenders react to this. It's gonna be Tolkien. We have to be very prepared for this. Camera's gonna be there on site. Multi hand have to go in through. That is the utility coming in through. Waylay popping in and just getting a lot of information where Tolkien could be. Glitchgo gonna take it down. The anchor for the B side. The shots are gonna be going in through towards mid side. Crawlers gonna have to gonna be going towards breaking the wall duty with Tay. 52 seconds remaining on the clock. It's a free V5. B is still the site that's chosen, and that is Bomb Dolphin. Gonna be going down, making it a 2v5 now. RL starting just getting picked apart here by TXG. Should they decide to put in a save? That would be a wise one. Crawler says no. They will still have that fight to them as they take down Multi. But it looks like it's going to be going into an opting towards a save round here for the side of RL.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what exactly that was. And just like that, TXG takes another round. Poor Glitch, and this time with a brilliant, mid-fight and then a B hit to seal the deal. Redline were definitely picked apart, like as you said, from all angles, really unable to hold the line there. And TXG just makes this look so easy. And that mid control was absolutely flawless. They forced Redline into pretty tough spots, then hit B with precision, and Redline tried to rotate, but TXG just were one step ahead every time. And Redline's defense is starting to look a little bit, fragile from my perspective, and they really need to adjust and get more aggressive or risk letting TXG run away with this, because TXG are reading the map almost like a bulk key. Redline have to really dig deep, and they really need some clutch moments if they're really gonna get back into this.
Again, it's going to come down to this mid-fight one more time. Dark Cover going to be going in through, taking on a lot of space towards mid. It's going to be Tay who's going to be going in for the first crucial.
Annihilation comes out.
Annihilation going in through, popping in towards A side. Should they pop in that side glitch goal? starting to find one. Crawlers, Tay, and Bomb Dolphin taking down 3, and that makes that a double, and that's gonna be a very huge wonder for TXG as they pop in through. It's now gonna go down to Multi, 19 HP, and towards their side. They do have ultimates available, but it's going to be huge. 59 seconds remaining on the clock. Again, a huge round here by RL. And now it's going to be a hunt here for Multi. Not going to be engaging it through a lot of space, but it is going to be a very interesting crush fight here for Multi! Taking down one, but Saramizu taking down Multi as well for the trade. And finally, Redlines get a good crucial round swinging towards their favor, making it a 3-1.
Yeah, Redline finally strikes back, and they're definitely not going down without a fight. What a beautiful A-side hit, and finally they're on the board with a pretty convincing round, and that's the confidence we are really looking for from Redline. You know, that fast pace, clean utility, and smokes down, flashes in, and they burst out of A, making it completely overwhelmed TXG's hold.
And it was very scrappy, but in the end, they would just ended up in the stack that RL currently has, but this might be another case as well. Being there in 18, TXG popping in through. That is Prowler's gonna be detecting where Bomb Dolphin is, but they with the triple kill, taking down the rest of TXG, making it a very convincing 3v1. Now it's not gonna be down to Aatrox grabbing an orb. That's information where they currently are. Again, a very huge one there for Tay. A very crucial one indeed, but still, Aatrox. If Aatrox pulls this through, this might be a 1v3 clutch, taking down Crawlers now. And that is the man advantage, gonna be down, dwindling in towards the side of TXG. As Aatrox starts to commit in towards a B-side plant, and they know where they currently are in heaven. 30 HP and the Dream teleporting left, right, and center. They're very well aware in heaven. Here comes the spring down, and it's gonna be down for Tay. A good switches down to Classic. It's now gonna be down to a Cypher versus Aatrox fight. 30 HP once again. Have a lot of ground to cover. Will it go through? Token takes it down. Almost a clutch there. But RL starting to bite back in towards this fight.
Yeah, did we see Tay with the triple? We shutting it all down. You know, on B side, what a hold from the Smokes player. Turned clutch to God. And did you know that he actually hated Smokes before this tournament? But now he's locking it down like a seasoned, veteran. And he's definitely not just stalling, he's fragging out with purpose. That timing was perfect. First pick of the entry, swings wide for a second. And that third kill, pure composure under that pressure. And he turns, that almost seemingly impossible fight to an unbreakable defense.
And it's down to TXG once again. They're starting to just try bait out some stuff. Like now they're opting it for a mid split towards A, and he takes a fucking shot towards Tay, making it a good first blood. And now it's going to be down to TXG to pick a side of where they want to pull through. Prowler's going to be going in for Sora Mizu, going in and there. TXG taking corners, Crawlers taking down Aatrox, however. Tarkov is still going to be pulling in through. Vanilla going in for the trade. A double for Vanilla. Crawlers and Token are down. But Saramizu taking a double kill of their own, making it a 2v2. Plant is now going to be going in as well. 8 HP remaining for Dolphin. Now going to be going to Glitch. And now going to be Bomb Dolphin as well. They take down Glitch, and now it's going to be a very tricky. A lot of HP bars not available for the side, and here comes the defuse, almost but Vanilla going in for a quadra kill. TXG, just as you thought it was going in against their side, they take it back.
What is going on? That was so close. I mean, a little fraction of a second between glory and heartbreak. TXG barely clutches it out in that 1v1. I thought Redline genuinely had that, and as that Smokes fade and the crossing is right then, they just needed one more bullet, but TXG is cool as ice and lands, that right click and rips it right away.
Again, a very huge one. as you said, a little bit of a heartbreak going in towards Redline. And here comes the ultimate for
Toxin screen down.
Waylay. For multi, should they push it to go through, they do have that one available. Again, it's gonna be a very messy one in there. Crawlers! Almost went there again, but still manages to get that round. Glitchko going in for that trade, making it a 4v4. 1 minute 12 remaining on the clock. Spike is currently going towards the side of B. And that's the rest of the defenders very fully aware where they can be pulling in through Token. Very much in trouble with the util available towards their side. The defenders are currently locked down, but Aatrox taking down Token. And Bomb Dolphin taking down Glitchko as well. Silent PH with the double kill. It's not going to be down to Tay. It's not going to be down to the smoker of the side of Redline. Will it go in towards their side? A spam of bullets going in through towards mid. Not giving an inch towards Tay. Going in, and here comes the swings, and Multi finds a successful one, and down goes Tay. Making it a score of 5-2 in favor for the side of TXG.
Yeah, you could really feel, that tension in the air. Everyone, bless you, on that server was like holding their breath, and that was a round of, inches and Diggsy, a pixel difference, and, Redline ties that up. But, now the score is, 2 and 5, and that's definitely a warning shot from Redline, but they're definitely not backing down, and TXG better realize that this ain't a cruise. It's gonna be a war.
It is gonna be a war should this pull through. B site is currently the battlefield that they're currently petering towards, putting in the spike, but they are very ready for it. 2 people in there, but Multi is much more ready in regards to how they want to take site.
Jesus!
Taking down crawlers, and that's free real estate now for the side of TXG. 5v3 going in there. Multi's not stopping, and that is a beautiful Multi now as they take down Sora. Mizu is now going to be down to Tay once again. But Aatrox there for the trade. And Multi goes down, making it a 6-2 for TXG once again. What a momentum swing.
I mean, we've seen Multi time and time again get those frags up, and TXG with another clinical round, they're really firing on all cylinders right now, and that's 6 on the board now, so Redline is starting to definitely feel that heat, and the map control from TXG right now is, almost textbook. They're choking out Redline space, forcing those awkward fights and punishing every hesitation.
Again, like what I said to K-Man before when I casted with them, you get the hezi, you get killed, and you get the prezi, but this might be a good case. Again, here comes Multi with the swing. Crawler's ready for it though. Nightfall's gonna be going in through for the side of TXG. And Silent PH starts to just Hail Mary spray whatever they can find, but heaven is the spot. And it is going to be a very good bait by the side of TXG because they're currently parked up towards A. It's free real estate once again. What a good shot there for the side of TXG, opting in to just sacrifice the Nightfall after Multi goes down. Very good protocol that rotates here for the side of TXG.
Throwing net.
Definitely.
Silent PH now taking down Token. And another
Nightfall
for themselves. Annihilation going through. And that is going to be Crawlers getting saved. Making still a 4v4, making it 3v4, 3v3 now. As Aatrox down 2. It is going to be a very huge bloodbath here. Bomb Dolphin takes out Vanilla, making it a 2v2. Spike is about to blow. Silent PH with the off angle. And it's now going to be down to Bomb Dolphin, 90 HP. And a dream. The dreams being shattered by Silent PH as they get a triple kill. Going in towards their side. Not going to be saving any guns though as they die to the spike. But again, TXG, very good protocols in the rotates there.
Yeah, and Redline's definitely, been here before, but they've made, comebacks after comebacks in this tournament. They really just need to dig in, take a breath, and really trust that grind. But that next round is going to be absolutely crucial. If TXG gets to 8, they're going to be snowballing into double digits with momentum.
Again, have to see. We've seen this site before, but when the going gets tough, the tough gets going, and definitely Redline showing why they got the bite and the bark. Again, Multi popping in through. Ultimate's gonna be used towards this B site, but Bomb Dolphin
Spike
with
planted.
the advantage here, swinging towards the side of Redline. It's now going to be down to a 5v4 retake. Very healthy on the side of the 4 players of TXG. Aatrox taking down Bomb, Talking taking down Silent PH, but Glitch going in for that kill towards Tay. Making it a 3v3, kind of equal in terms of man advantages. Crawlers!
Yes.
Where is Multi and gets the punish? Another one for Aatrox as they start to just pop in and negate those damages. Crawler's gonna be down. Sora Mizu gonna be down as well. And that's Token, the final person for Redline, going down for the defensive side. And again, we're in 2 rounds before this last half. Very interesting here, Void.
Yeah, TXG is absolutely relentless, especially, Aatrox, and they storm to an 8-2 lead, and it feels like every round they're slicing through mid or slamming sides with absolute total confidence, and this is 100% domination, plain and simple. Like, the utility layering is absolutely insane. Redline cannot catch a break right now.
Again,
Where are you?
it's gonna be interesting on how they pop that in through.
find
Multi
you.
once again, just taking a lot of space. They're probably taking the frag with them. Very confident, but I guess too confident enough. Tay in there for the punish. Glitzko going there and taking a double with them though. 4v2, 1 minute 22 remaining on the clock as Spike is now decided to be decidedly planted towards A. And here comes a good amount of skirmishes going in through to the mid side. Vanilla taking down Crawlers. Bomb taking down Vanilla for the trade. Silent PH going in for another trade as well to that Yoru. And it's now going to be down once again to Token to just save this round. Again, might have to opt to save their guns here. But again, Void, very decisive TXG
Where
here.
are you?
Absolutely. This is an absolute massacre here.
Again, gonna be tricky as they might be able to find
No
Token
escape.
should they decide to pop in there. Oh, it's gonna be a squad battle,
Oh
but
my-
Glitch girl taking in the Token. Gonna be the last casualty, and Glitch gonna be
Last
rocking a
round in the
3K.
half.
Hey, I'm just saying, I know Glitch personally, so no bias here, but Jesus Christ, TXG isn't just winning, they're almost smothering in 9-2 now. Every push, every lurk, and almost every post plant, they've got it down to an absolute science. And Redline look like they're just playing catch up from spawn, and it's almost surgical in a way. TXG are dissecting that map, and Redline are struggling to even get set back up. You can see that pressure building. They really need to stop that bleeding before it gets bad.
Oh, it's gonna be a very tricky one to Token once again. Gonna have to face a lot of members here for TXG. Has a good setup though, should they decide to just use it. And here comes Multi once again. A good Ares kill for Multi. That is 1 person down and 4 more to go for the side of Red Lines. Again, a good spam popping in through. Still for real estate for TXG. Not committed towards the spike yet. Spike cam's gonna be taken down. Token, very good positioning here. Just enough time to get everything through. Bomb Dolphin takes down Silent PH now. It's a skirmish towards a side. A very good stall there from the Cypher. It's gonna be a very good punish there as Glitchko will be the last one there. A double kill for Tay. Finally, momentum
Wait a
being shut
second.
down by RL, but is it too little too late?
I'm getting some deja vu. We're getting another 9-3 curse here. I mean, there it is. Redline is finally, clawing one back, 3-9 as we hit halftime. Actually, right now we've got a that definitely wasn't just any, round. Dixie, that clean execution, solid post plan, and most importantly, composure. And we've got a timeout on the server now. Redline hitting the brakes at 3-9. Honestly, this is the moment. If they want to mount that miracle run, it has to start right now. And this pause is definitely less about tactics and more about that mentality. You're down 6, second map of the series, and TXG's looking really, really locked in. But Redline's been here before, back against the wall, lights on, and crowds buzzing. This timeout is where belief gets built. Do you have anything to say about this, Diggsy?
Again, like it's very tricky, right? Because they kind of have an idea on how TXG starts to play attack in terms, and they're just a group
going from one side to another, trying to just bait the defenders to pop in through, and they really have good punishes for it. It's just a bummer that for me RL just decided to they got a good call there. And again, it was down to Token for that round. They actually managed to anchor a site very well for the defenders and not for giving enough time for the defenders to actually pull through. The good amount of I guess like defensive retreat that Token did towards that round was very impressive, and it's really good to watch for a very aggressive team like TXG. It's just a bummer that for me it just ended up happening in towards the last round and a half, but again, it's now going to be down to RL's side. They're very familiar with this side before in attack, and it's now going to be down to TXG once again to play defense. Started to just have a good rotate going. Have a good call there, taking a good kill for Silent PH will be crawlers. Vanilla taking down Token as well, making it a 4v4. But that was a huge amount of info going in towards the side of TXG. Again, Bombo Dolphin now taking a good stance in where they currently are. Prowlers now going to be popping in through. Again, a good flash popping in from Bomb Dolphin as well. Sora Misa taking down Aatrox and Vanilla as well. Again, the rest of RL very convincing with it. It's now down to Glitch to go. And not gonna be enough as they get called out in the reload. Taking down that last kill. A very good pistol round there going towards the side of Redlines.
Yeah, absolutely. And Redline puts up another 4-9 is now the score. And just like that, the comeback sort of whispers, begin. And they played that round so patiently, waited out that utility, pounced on the overstep, and Tay closes it with ice in their veins. And that's just the first real dent in TXG's armor that we've seen since the pistol. And Redline's not just surviving, they're definitely adapting as well. And they're not afraid to swing back.
Gonna be an interesting one how they decide to play this ecos. We've barely seen TXG be in an eco round here, just rocking classics, seeing every credit that they currently can get towards this side. A lot of information though, however, that Redline is currently just rocking a really very heavy B side. Again, it's gonna be down to the lurks on how they're gonna be going in there. Aatrox really a good lurk here for the side of TXG. A very interesting look, and then for crawlers as well, they might be able to pop this through. Rocking a Phantom, however, it's gonna be a very interesting one. Should they decide to pop this one as well? 56 seconds remaining on the clock. However, Spike is still parked up in B. They haven't decided to go in for an execute just yet, but time is currently just winding down. 44 seconds here, Void. What do you think the plan is gonna be?
I mean, you can really feel like sort of the pulse shifting a little bit. I mean, TXT's been very dominant, but momentum is a pretty tricky thing, and 4-9 is still a
left.
pretty big hill to climb. And I'm
Oh.
definitely seeing a bit of a a
Here
flood
we
here.
go. Token taking down Glitch Goal. Aatrox going in there as well. It is a full 19 seconds. 18
Holy!
seconds remaining. Vanilla taking down a double kill there. But Bomb taking them for the trade. Using a garden towards their side. 10 seconds remaining. But here comes the rest of the defenders. Will it pop and throw? And that's a thrifty there by Multi. TXG with just classics. But gets a sight down.
Oh my word, Vanilla with that massive triple kill to shut down that, push 4-10 now. But Redline just showed that they're definitely not going down quietly. That was, I mean, absolutely sick. Stepped up huge when his team needed it most, landing those headshots like they were going out of style and holding that line with incredible composure. Redline might be behind, but, plays like from TXG like that, they really have the firepower to shut this game down.
It's still going to be down to an eco round for Redlines once again. Spike is currently still parked up towards B. Again, Odin Spam's going to be going in through. But again, Silent PH really convincing in there. Trying not to just bait Redlines in terms of nope, you have to go to a site and not go through mid. It's a very, very powerful play there by TXG. Again, it's going to be down to Vanilla on how they hold down B side, because that's currently where Spike is currently parked up. again, Redline's really ticking down the clock here, and Aatrox get a good first kill onto Crawlers. Now the attackers are down, and a glitch goal, taking down Bomb Dolphin as well with a wall bang headshot of their own. Mid is theirs for the taking, and should they choose to push this,
Should they
it
choose to
might
choose-
be a good one as well. I'm stumbling my words here. I'm sounding like a broken record there. My bad, but damn, what a good, very, very selective shots there
30 seconds
for
left.
the side of TXG. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. 20 seconds. Pop in there.
Silent.
PH with
Oh
the
my
Odin.
goodness!
Gets a full kill. Redline is struggling.
Jesus, with that 3K, an absolute, menace. I mean, there's not much you can really do when there's an Odin, crouches waiting for you to, come into its arms. TXG come through, storming through mid with two pretty clean opening kills, and then Silent with an absolute monster 3K with that Odin. 11 rounds to 4 now, and TXG's dominance is on full display, and that's really, really brutal for Redline, and that kind of control is absolutely demoralizing.
It was a very powerful one by TXG as well. Silent PH is so big. Bomb Dolphin is down. And Aatrox gonna take on Soramizu as well. Crawlers, however, still gonna take down Glitch Go. It's still, however, a 4v3. 1 minute 24 remaining on the clock. Still a lot of time for the side of RL to just rotate and find a lot of information where these defenders are. But Aatrox still getting a good headshot there onto Crawlers, making it a 2v4 now. Again, but look at who's currently at the lurk. It's gonna be Vanilla popping in through, but Aatrox now gonna be going down towards Token. A good headshot on themselves. Multi with a
Multi!
up,
Oh no!
and now gonna be
Oh,
down to Token and
jeez.
Vanilla. The godlike lurk popping in through. Oh, very,
Match
very,
point.
very heartbreaking there for RL, but again,
TXG,
TXG very concise with it.
pushing that lead to 12 and 4. They're just one round away from closing this map out, and Redline are for sure feeling that pressure. Now, TXG are playing again like a really well-oiled machine. Every move calculated, every peak pretty precise, and Redline needs to find some sort of answer really fast. So this one is gonna wrap up super quickly.
Oh, we'll have to see if it just wrap up as quickly as a blink of an eye. Vanilla, very ego there, but still confident with it. Sort of Mizu now going down to a judge by Glitch Goal. Now just as it just started, it just ended with a 3v5 already. Aatrox having a good spot of where Tate could be. Now down to a 2v5. It looks like it's gonna be all hope not lost. However, Crawlers and Token taking down Glitch Goal and Aatrox. That's the opening that they currently need. 1 minute remaining on the clock. But Spike, however, is still being teetered towards a Token going down to Silent PH's Odin spam. And here comes another one as Silent PH ends it with another Odin kill. TXG very powerful with it. They take the series 2-0 against Redline, and what a powerful showing in here for the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's it. TXG closes out Corrode with a dominant 13-4 victory over Redline. From the start to finish, TXG controlled the pace and the map and the scoreboard, showcasing why they're such a powerhouse in the community tournament scene. Redline fought real hard and showed flashes of brilliance, considering they're all still finding their footing as a team. Being put on, roles they're not necessarily used to, but TXG's experience, coordination, and raw skill were just way too much for us tonight, and it's been an incredible journey for Redline, a group of friends just thrown in together, learning roles on the fly, battling through adversity, and proving that heart really counts for a lot. TXG, on the other hand, continue to cement their legacy as one of the fiercest teams in the regions, hungry for that fully grand final spot.
And again, kudos to TXG, right? They've, as I mentioned before, it's going to be tricky for RL to just pick up roles and actually be very good with it. 2 months is not is a lot of time, but it takes like a lot of gifted brains out there to just pick up a role and actually just roll with it and act like it was your own to begin off of with. But TXG is showing why they're not slouches coming in towards this tournament, right? They play. It is the playoffs. It is the time to shine. Yes, it is a community cup, but still, again, if it's this is a team that you kind of just want to aspire to be if you are a very beginner team in terms of in the competitive scene. But again, Aatrox 18 and 8 and 7, uh, 278
Insane.
ACS. Vanilla as well had a very good shines of brilliance there. Massive shout out to Crawlers actually, who has been rocking a 4 first blood towards their side for RL. But again, it takes a really very well oiled machine of a team like TXG to just edge out the win, and edge out the win they did, and they didn't actually edge it out. They just took the ball and run with it. 13 and
Absolutely.
4, right? Again, if these games going towards this like landslide territory, it's gonna be trouble for the aspiring teams out there. But who my question is there a team out there that can actually stop TXG?
Yeah, I mean, like this match was definitely not just about skill, and it was definitely about stories, growth, and passion. And now those stories continue as we head into interviews, I believe. And let's hear from the players and get their thoughts on this epic clash. So stick around, everyone, because up next we've got interviews with TXG, ready to share their reflections of the match and what's coming next for them in the tournament. All right, folks, the game's wrapped up, and what a match it was. Now it's fine. It's time to finally hear directly from the players themselves. We've got interviews lined up with both TXG and Redline to get their thoughts on the game, how they're feeling, and what's next on their journey. Congrats on the win, TXG. How do you feel about your team's performance today, especially on Corrode?
Yeah, I can answer that. I think we did really really well. Especially after coming off of the Spectral tournament where we practically had the exact same best of three except the opposite way. So it was sort of refreshing to go in and get our confidence back.
Mm.
Again, it's very interesting in how you guys played every like map so far, right? It's a very powerful showing on towards Lotus, a very powerful showing in towards Corrode as well. I know it's kind of just like very easy that it's just it feels like a landslide. You guys still just getting are still getting caught out sometimes there by RL, but in regards to the maps that you both maps that you played so far, at what point in like those maps do you think like actually you know what, let's calm down, we actually got this?
I don't think at any point we calmed down because
Yeah, no, there was no point where we calmed down.
yeah, I think like our team's branding is heavily focused on like just go for the content play,
Mm.
and so when we're up that much, we kind of just go for that content play. We do the swing, we do the knife, we do the
The
because we want
judge
to
and
be
the shorty.
yeah the judge and the shorty. We want to be at the end of the day we just want to be enjoyable to watch.
No, for sure, for sure. I have one other question here for TXG before I get into some questions that the chat is curious on asking. You know, TXG is known for their strong teamwork and experience. So, how important was communication in securing this win?
I
Mate.
think yeah, Glitch, you can do this.
The comps, every pre-round, Aatrox and Multi we've been like just having banter, bro. It's so funny. But for actually doing the rounds, I mean, yeah, our comms, they're not perfect, but we're usually able to communicate like decent plans, um, and we usually play around each other. But we still need to work on like playing together more,
Mm.
um, to tighten up those rounds like that we lose sometimes.
Yeah, I
Mm.
think this series we really just focused on aggression because we noticed that we were kind of tending towards a more like risk averse play style, but then we realized like that's not a fun game. That's not who we want to be. We just want to be the guys that run it down, and so
Yeah. Okay, were there any inspirations in regards to like teams in OCE that you kind of just
PRX
like
PRX 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 PRX.
again, as you would, right? As you would. But in terms of like the teams that you kind of just want to look out for in this tournament currently, who do you guys have your eyes on?
Yeah, CXS. We want to have a
Ooh.
9-3 half like their
Mm.
way. Like we want to lose 3-9 and then we want to come back again.
Again on Icebox again for
On
the third
Icebox
time.
Icebox.
again.
All right,
Yeah.
a bit of a grudge match there. I believe
All
it's time
right.
for the chat questions now.
We've
I
done it three
have
times to them already. Like we've ended the half 3-9 or 2-11, and we've come back from those games like three times already on the same map. So it'd be a pleasure to do it for the
No,
fourth
no, no. It
time.
was twice versus CXS and once versus a different team. I
Oh,
forgot who
okay.
though.
So two
Oh, it
times.
was
No,
Gentle
that's a charm.
Maidens that we did the other guys.
I have a couple. I have two questions here for you, Glitch, coming from the chat here. Um, why are you the brain behind the plays?
um, I'd say in this team, silent is helpful a lot in pre-round calling. Um, I would call myself the brain behind the plays in this game, but uh,
I don't know,
well,
bro. I think everybody just calls whatever. Like
yeah,
there's no
we
real
just all
brain.
call
There's
whatever.
no real
Yeah,
brain. We're more like
I
a
mean,
hive mind that
yeah,
that
yeah.
has like
I mean,
dementia on one side.
I don't know.
It's
I
a bit
don't
of
know
an
how you could
inside
say
joke.
that after I bought a judge and a shorty on the last game.
Yeah.
All right. One last question for you, Glitch, before we move on to Redline. Apparently, OTS is saying that you'll wear a maid costume if you win the VLR Community Cup. Is this true?
No, that's if Avispa wins, which
Oh, I see. Okay.
they cannot.
Oh,
They cannot. You're,
but
you're
will,
not
but
gonna
will
They're
you
allow that
will
to
you wear a
happen.
maid outfit if you guys win?
No.
Oh, well,
At
there you
least do
go.
it for
Sorry,
Void.
chat. Sorry, chat.
No, I'm not gonna do that because, as I said, I don't know when the hell I said this. It was some previous stream. I said we're not gonna drop a map in playoffs, so
Oh, here you go.
we
On the
gotta
way.
keep that up.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, we'll
All right.
have to
Yes.
see if you guys still pull through, but massive congratulations to you guys there over at TXG. Massive shout out to every single player in the team there. You guys fragged the heck out of that. Silent PH with that Odin, very nasty. Aatrox with their frags left, right, and center. That was very impressive to watch as well. But Again, thank you guys. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank
Congrats,
you.
guys.
Alrighty, see ya. Thanks.
Bye bye. All right, we'll get Redline here in a second, shortly, for some question. I think it's Crawlers. Hi, Crawlers.
Hello.
Very- no, oh no, very tough game for you guys today, but
That's
you
an
guys,
understatement. Oh my god.
but you guys showed some real heart. And how does it feel? Like, how do you feel about your team's growth throughout the tournament?
You know, I'm just thinking back to our last game, RL versus Cell,
Mm.
when I told Glitch, "Don't worry, I'm gonna make you drop a map, buddy." I'm regretting those words now, bro.
At least like you
No.
guys like very like lighthearted about it, right? None of the team is just like distraught
Oh,
about it or anything.
I
But
mean, like, we're upset. Don't get me wrong. I mean,
Mhm.
we came into this, we knew that TXG loved to run it down, right? And we thought that our mid rounding, the stuff we usually rely on, works well. But unfortunately, Redline's had a really hard time just getting together recently. It's a
Mhm.
Mm,
curse that happens to any sort of Valorant team, and
mm.
yeah, we've just been having some issues, and we haven't been able to prepare as much as we wanted to. And it
Oh,
just came down to tonight. We just weren't feeling the synergy. You know, the calls were there, the comms were good, the boys were trying super hard. But I mean, what do you do, especially on a map like Corrode? You know, when they just run it down five
yeah.
through main, it's impossible to get there in time to help the one guy who's trapped, and then you're constantly fighting an uphill battle. I mean, we had some close rounds, especially on Lotus, but we just didn't manage to close it out. And look, it's not something Redline's not used to. I mean, if we're not on an elimination run, I'm pretty sure we just get destroyed. But I tell you what, once the pressure's there and we're on elimination, we're coming back and we will make TXG drop around. I'll see you guys in the grand finals, all right? We're coming for you. We're going to shut you
Absolutely.
down.
Again,
No.
like if you are currently looking forward for TXG to actually just at least have a very hard time in this playoffs run, if you have any messages to any teams that they're currently that are currently gonna be in the TXG's crosshairs, what will be your advice for them in especially now that you've had a series to play with TXG?
Right, so Redline relies a lot on tactics, taking our time, listening to my calls. Uh, the calls don't matter because TXG, they just press W, right? I liken them to PRX. They
Absolutely.
just run it down. Honestly, just 5 stack of sight, retake altogether, ignore any kind of tactical play because it's worthless against these guys. Like, if you are not together and trading each other out, you are going to fall as quickly as we did. Now,
Yeah.
granted, we're still a new team and they found our weaknesses like that. I'm sure the other teams in the playoffs are a bit stronger, have some players who have been together for a bit longer, have more team experience, are used to this kind of thing. But TXG don't play like a traditional team, especially not one that Redline's face. They literally just W key. Um, so make sure if you're fighting them together, and don't respect them. If you respect them, you just get free space. Just disrespect them. Shoot them at every time.
Yeah.
You know, they're so grouped together. If you just buy an Odin and spray down, which is what we should have done, you probably could kill all five through a wall. Like, it's that easy. I didn't make that adjustment now. I should have. It would have been really funny. But no, seriously, as much as I'm joking, obviously they destroyed us tonight, and a heap of respect for TXG. We're about to
Mm.
play a third map for fun against them
Yes.
now. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
uh,
another quick question.
yeah, of
As you
course.
said, you're still developing, as a team with these new roles, and how has this experience really helped you grow individually and as a unit as well?
So, I'm sure people have heard the saying before, you got to learn how to crawl before you can walk, and you got to learn how to walk before you can run. I think that throughout our elimination run, we learned how to crawl. And after this, you know, every defeat's a lesson. I feel like after this, we'll learn how to walk. And after our next game, we'll learn how to run. I believe,
Oh,
you know, depending on whoever wins next, I believe we still got it. I mean, elimination run heroes here. I have faith in my guys. Tonight we went ourselves. We had some trouble. It happens. But I have never had more faith in people than I have in my team, and I'm sure we can bring it back. We've made it this far, been a team for less than 2 months. If we can get this far, I'm sure we can keep going. So, you know, we've learned how to walk now. We've been sat. We've learned a lot from this. You know, tactics get you so far, but sometimes it's better to just run it down, as TXG showed us tonight. So I'm sure we'll learn, we'll improve, and next people we face, they'll be in trouble.
Well,
you're gonna
very
make me
inspiring
cry.
words out there as well. Looking forward to the time that there's actually a rocket strapped to your boots. You could just go sky high with it. Any final messages for the team, or pretty much for your teammates and even your fans that are currently watching right now?
I mean, we have a lot of good people, who support us, give us a lot of time. I mean, I got a bunch of
Yes,
messages
I
now of
support you
people
guys
saying,
too.
"Oh, thank you, I appreciate that." We have a lot of people. I mean, I've got like 4 or 5 DMs saying, "Better luck next time. You'll get them next time." And you know
Oh,
what? That's what it's all about. I mean, like, you come into this, you try, and you just improve, right? You're not gonna win every single
yeah.
game, and like I said, every loss is a lesson. And THG, let's just say they're good teachers. They taught us today.
Yes, yes, yes.
13-3, 13-4. That's a lesson you won't forget, right? But it'll
Absolutely.
just increase our hunger and the people who are helping us, supporting us. Volta, basically becoming our sister team. They were watching us tonight. Thank you, Volta. We appreciate your support. SJ in the chat, just believing in us the whole time. We let you down, but next time, bro, you got something to believe in. All right, I promise you that. We're coming back. We're not out of it yet, and we're gonna have an elimination run again, just like we did before. And I guarantee you, Redline to make it through the next stage.
Fair, fair.
Okay.
Anything else in there for you, Void?
No. Anything else? Before we wrap up this interview and I wrap up the stream.
That would
Uh,
be it for me as well. But
Roll it. Anything else to say?
TXG, I'm coming for you. I'm not done with you guys yet. We're coming back. We might have got this way today, but one
I'm
day I'm
waiting.
gonna
I'm
win.
waiting.
One day I'm gonna win. The rematch is coming. No, but GG's all. Thank you guys so much
Yes,
for having us as well.
thank you for sharing your valuable opinions as well. You have a way with words that makes me want to cry, to be honest.
Chat, is this Riz?
Oh my god. Okay, get out of here. Get out of here. We're wrapping it down. We're wrapping it up.
See you later, guys.
Thank you so much, man. Yeah, y'all have a good day. Kudos to the team as well.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
Do you have any words before I wrap this up?
How's it feel like being getting risked?
No comment.
No comment. All right, all
No
good. All
comment.
okay. That'll be it. Yeah, we're gonna be looking now towards the playoffs bracket now, pretty soon as well. But again, TXG, very, very powerful showing here. Redline's getting really put back into its the back foot now that they're gonna be going into, I believe, a lower bracket run. With that loss to TXG, they definitely have a lot cut out for them as well. But again, new teams, new problems, I guess. But again, for red lines there, like there's nothing in terms of their performance as well. It's just again, it's just very and they had good intentions and like ideas and towards their strats, right? Again, it's just TXG just very concise with how they W key and how where they're gonna be looking and where their angles are and crosshairs are showing up in regards to how they're gonna be taking sites, right? But again, Void, TXG really looking like a very massive threat here in this playoffs run.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot, a lot coming from, TXG. And I'm so excited to see, their next game and whether or not they make it, to the semis and then the uppers and then the grand final. Um, I mean, that's gonna be a wrap for today's intense matchup. Huge thanks for Banana for prodding again, Squid for observing, and of course Dixie for co-casting with me. Couldn't have done it without you all. Big thanks to also, of course, TXG and Redline for putting on an amazing show tonight, and shout out to the coaches as well for their hard work behind the scenes and keeping these teams sharp. And a huge shout out to the chat for being so kind and supportive throughout the stream. I didn't miss a single message. Y'all have made this experience truly, truly special. Until next time, stay cracked, stay kind, and always, GG well played.